#1 priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football. This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
1 second from half court.
Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh,
did he bring it in? He did.
It is
caught.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Closely at a workhorse with power to take on anything.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Look closely at a workhorse with power to take on anything.
In the last year, crisis centers have responded to nearly 5 million contacts.
It's a number we should all learn in case we or somebody we know are in need.
I'm James Prochet with the Baltimore Ravens. To talk with a caring call specialist, call or text 988 to connect with the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
If I had 988, it probably got me to a healthier state faster.
You're watching live coverage of the Wyoming State High School Football Championships with SVI Media on the NFHS Network.
And welcome into the War Memorial Stadium at 7220 in Laramie, Wyoming. And a beautiful November afternoon means it's state championship football time. Jake Hibbard joined alongside my pal, Dal Erickson. Will be here all weekend. And first up, the 2A game, which pits Bighorn, the defending state champions, against the challenging Mountain View Buffaloes. Dal, last year we thought we might have a collision course for these two teams. Justice Platts, the quarterback, now a senior for Mountain View, came up, got injured in the semifinals. Mountain View unable to overcome that, but now, as a senior, Justice Platts helped lead this Buffaloes team back, and we get the meeting that we've been wanting all year long.
Yeah, a little bit of you would probably have to call a little bit of an upset. Last semifinals, Cokeville ended up upsetting Mountain View on the road, and met Bighorn here last year in the championship. But I actually think now that you're here 12 months later, that could serve as obviously all that fuel and that fire for the last 12 months for Mountain View. Bighorn, of course, they are an impressive program. We'll talk more about that, obviously, as we get into the broadcast. But their ability and what Coach McLaughlin has done with them at the 2A level, basically punching up, if you want to call it that. And then, of course, Brent Walk at Mountain View, just a couple of tremendous programs here.
You mentioned the punching up for Bighorn. The overall enrollment for Bighorn sits at about 140 this year, and it's about 238, 239, something like that for Mountain View this year. About a difference of 100 students at this point in Wyoming with 2A football. That's just become the nature of the beast. If you want to play 11-man, well, somewhere south of 400 people, well, then you're 2A.
Well, to me, there's two schools that really kind of epitomize what we're talking about here. Schools that qualify for either 9-man in the case of Bighorn in terms of the state qualifications to do so, and even down to 6-man for a school like Cokeville. Those are the two schools that really stand out to me. Bighorn in particular, they have not only been able to compete and win and even in some cases dominate at the 2A class, they've been able to do it in a manner that, quite frankly, I think a lot of 2A teams weren't really ready for either. Their aerial assault, I go back even just 2 years ago, Will Pellissier was an absolute stud for the Rams, and then obviously was a receiver for the Wyoming Cowboys, graduated last year. And, good is good, I guess is what I'm getting at. And Will Pellissier was like 6'3", 200-something pounds, and that tradition continues here with Bighorn. They've got some studs.
Yeah, from moving up from 1A to 2A when they did in 2022, they immediately get into a state championship game, win over Lovell, and then you mentioned the game against Torrington the following year, a 28-26 loss for Bighorn in 2023, and then last year they get the win 42-12 over Cokeville. But one way or another, Bighorn, yeah, you said it. They weren't ready. The 2A level was not ready to get a new dominating team in their class.
Well, just looking at some of the kind of the snapshot of Bighorn as a program, this is the 8th season for Coach Kirk McLaughlin. This is their 6th season at 2A, as you mentioned, and they've been in the title game the last 3 years, won it in 22 and 24, runner-up in 23. So, that's quite a resume, just that right there. And so, and then the flip side of that, you look at Mountain View and what they bring to the table today. Coach, finishing out Bighorn, Coach McLaughlin, 60-13 coming into this season. Obviously, they're undefeated. Brent Walk, this is his 14th season. Coming into this season, he was 108-35, so very similar numbers in terms of winning percentage. They won the title back in 2019. They went to the title game three games in a row from 2017 to 2019, won 2 of those. Had a bit of a, like you said, an upset, and then what you'd have to consider maybe a down year or two, at least by Mountain View standards. And I think that's why, if you're talking hunger level, you got to give that to the Buffaloes today.
And I was able to talk with Coach Brent Walk earlier this week. Obviously very happy to be back, but something interesting and fun for the Mountain View team is this will be Coach Walk's 6th state championship with his sons.
Wow.
Brennan Walk is the offensive coordinator now for Mountain View. He was a part of the 2014 Mountain View Buffaloes runner-up squad. I think it was actually 2013 when they were the runners-up, and then is oh, sorry. I heard something else. And then another son, when they won in 2018, 2019, went out to Black Hills State, or Dickinson State, now back as well. Up in the booth, I just ran past him not that long ago. So the Walks, they're really filling up the purple and black still.
Well, and I'm sure there's a couple of them still in there somewhere. Speaking of which, the Buffaloes entering Jonah